Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ari and today I'm going to be analyzing another book which is none other than You Only Live Once by Stuti Changle. I have the book this time. This is the book. So while I tell you the criticism I have reserved for this book, I just want to say a short disclaimer that this is completely my opinion and I do not mean any hate to the people who actually enjoyed this book. It is actually not that bad, it is just poorly executed. The writing could have had like been masterpiece level, but it was poorly executed and it had a lot of potential. That's what I'm trying to say. Now, starting off, we have three main characters. Remember them: Alara, Ricky, and Arif. Yeah. So, Alara is a broken star YouTuber. She is a music composer and she is a YouTuber. Now, Arif is an IT intern and a struggling stand up comedian in Goa, and so is Ricky. Ricky is not a comedian though, he is a shack owner and he is described as Zenny but Zen. I do not know what that means. I do not want to search up what it means. I may have poor vocabulary, but and I don't want to search it. The name itself is giving me I'm suspicious. Now, okay, what I found the most, I mean, when I say most, I mean most weird thing about this book is that it is supposed to be a motivational book in which we find ourselves. We get inspired by by the three main characters. Well, I did not, because there are quotes in the book. Of course, every book has them, but they sound like Pinterest rejected quotes. I do not know why. There is a certain ick to it that I just cannot overlook. Okay, the quotes are like 2 pages long. Alara is in the shower and she's talking about the shower being her temple or something. I'll just find out that page for y'all and read it out. Give me 1 second. So I have the page here, and it is page number 12. If any of you are wondering if you all have the book, so yeah, found it. Bleeding dreams isn't just crying. It is not even bleeding exactly. When you have cried so much that your eyes become red like blood, this is when you are bleeding dreams. When you have tried your best to believe that your dream will come true, but you can't walk any further or crawl any further, this is when you're bleeding dreams. I have been doing that in the shower, my temple, for as long as I can remember. Tonight, as I stand beneath the flowing shower and lean my head against the wall, I can feel the heavy sighs. These sighs scream that my chest will explode at any moment, oozing out blood like honey from a honeycomb, becoming one with the flowing water draining into the pipeline. There's haze in the bathroom, dim yellow lights, the sound of water on marble, and a symphony of crickets chirping. It's night. I can hear my breath letting out music similar to that from a broken conch shell, dismal, distressing, and sharp. After all, it is in the company of music that you worship God or the demon, don't you? Okay, so there is a lot more, but I don't think I should read it because it's a lot. It's a lot. It starts at this page and it ends at here. So you can understand the amount of headache I had while reading this book. And even though I did not read this entire book, hold up, do not come after me. There is a rule in book reading that we can DNF a book if it fails to grab our attention after the 50th page. Now I am so generous. I am very generous. So I gave the book 100 more pages. I stopped at page number 150. And while I find this book okayish by writing standards, this book's main problem is the character development. The characters are not well developed. Everything feels too much coincidental. Now, while I was reading this book, as I told you all, I did not finish it, so I had to research the rest of the book out. I did not have the patience to sit out throughout it. Now, Alara is trying to find her mother, Elisha, who she knows was like, she does not know her mother's name. I'm extremely sorry. She does not know her mother's name. She knows that her mom was like a famous singer in Goa and her dad remarried someone after she went away. Okay, so now while I think that it is trauma, it is considered family trauma, but Lara goes into Goa without any clue of where her mother used to live or anything about her literally. She just knows she was a famous singer in Goa. Now, coincidentally, she books a room trying to search for her mother, which turns out to be her mother's room, which in. Okay, I kind of see the vision. I get it. You wanted to make something coincidental, which is good. Which is good. I don't have any problem with that. If not for her meeting Ricky too, who was also the drummer for Alicia. And Ricky also connects the dots that Alara is looking for Alicia, like specifically. And now, in that room in which Alara she rents out, that room had the unfinished songs that her mom was writing. Okay, so now, along with Arav, she publishes those songs in an album in the span of 5 months after finishing those incomplete songs, like in their own way. So, um, yeah, I don't know how much of this is accurate to the book, but if this is the thing which is in the book, I'm glad I did not read it because after all, I do not want to read a book which is completely based on coincidence. Ricky, on the other hand, he gives up motivation too much. Too much motivation, Ricky. And that motivation is not even placed, it is not appropriate in the spacing of the story in which it is. And while I think that having heavy dialogues inserted into your stories is completely fine, they need to be placed at an appropriate setting. Like suppose someone is crying, someone is grieving, or someone is completely down, okay, so then you can put in motivational quotes and I don't have any problem with it. But in every passing sentence, I do not want my beach shack owner to be talking like suppose I ordered fries, okay? I ordered fries and the beach shack owner is like, my friend, the fries had to go through the agony of suffering before turning into French fries. I do not want that. I want a simple storyline. And while Ricky being completely cheerful and he as described Zanny but Zen. Okay, I'll search it up. I'll search up the meaning.
Flashback.
And he is described as Zanny but Zen. I do not know what that means. I do not want to search up what it means.
A few moments later.
Okay. So, Google. Yes, Google. Google says Zanny means crazy, eccentric, unpredictable, and loudly unconventional. Think of an hyperactive clown. Okay, that's fine, but they should be like the similar thing. Like Zanny should be similar to Zen, or Zen should be similar to Zanny. So I don't think it should be much contrasting. It means peaceful, mindful, and completely unbothered by worldly chaos. Think of a monk meditating on a quiet mountain. I do not think those two words complement each other. Okay, okay, fine. Now, yes, Araf's jokes are something. They are quite questionable, but I'll ignore that. I'll ignore it. Now he was in a bad relationship with a girl, and he completely forget about it after he meets Solara. Yay! That relationship acts as his trauma, which he completely forgets after meeting Alara and staying in Goa. Alara, on the other hand, she has family trauma from her family, of course, and she also completely overlooks it by the span of time she is in Goa. Why is Goa healing everyone's trauma? Is Goa secretly a therapist? That's a conspiracy. That's a theory. That's a theory I have. Goa is definitely a therapist. Goa is a therapist friend. Now moving on to the plot. Yes, the plot. The plot is they are trying to find her mom, Alara's mom, which turns out to be Alicia. Ricky knows it, of course. So that's how Alara also knows it. So now this was a cold case, okay? Alicia going missing, it was a cold case. Like 20 years ago, it was a cold case for 2 decades. Remember, 2 decades. Police could not find it. Interrogations did not help because there were no clue. No clues. Okay, every single trace cut off, completely cut off. Now I know this because I skipped ahead in the book and I read those few parts because that's what I do when I read enough a book and I need to talk about it. So I just gather all my information before speaking on it. Now, while I think it could have been well executed, if the police is stated to have no clues, nothing, and it was a cold case, it could have been so well executed than placing it on a chart of coincidence. Like Alara going to the room, it being Alicia's room that she used to live in 20 years ago, that also having the no, that also having this half written songs there were. Also she talking to Ricky, who was also the drummer of Alicia, and her and Arif producing all of those songs in an album in the span of 5 months. All of this sounds so unrealistic. Very. And in the and if you think this book will inspire you, if you love to read authors like Fyodor Dostoevsky or old old literature, like classic literature like Oscar Wilde, Fyodor Dostoevsky, as I said, then Jane Austen, yeah, Osamu Dezai, and of course Franz Kafka, also George Orwell. Yes, political, satirical. Yes, I'm currently reading 1985. 1984. What is wrong with this book? Has definitely cooked my brain. I just said 1985, 1984, and yeah, that's that. That's all I have to say about this book. This book, if you want something Bollywoody, something light-hearted, something which does not add up, if you read mystery novels like, I don't know, I don't read mystery that much, but do have some experience with thriller, which is like detective, like case solving ones. I do not know what is that specific genre called. I usually call it mystery or thriller. So I have read a few. Those are mostly sci-fi thriller. There is one on my YouTube channel which I talked about, Dark Matter, and I also read The Silent Patient and Rock Paper Scissors. I'm also reading that right now, and those books are completely good. Those books are really good. Of course, my opinion. Few people also dislike Rock Paper Scissors and The Silent Patient. Dark Matter is also disliked for being too predictable. I don't think predictable. Maybe I have lower IQ, but it was not predictable to me. I actually enjoyed that book a lot. So, if you want something Bollywoody, something that adds up, it's very light-hearted and something that is not too heavy. If you want something just to finish up your like yearly reading something, reading goal, yeah, if you want to finish up your yearly reading goal, you can go for this. It's short, it's simple, it has subjective Pinterest quotes. But all overall, this book was okay. I DNF'd it, and I don't think I will ever think of reading it like from the book completely. But if I ever do, I will definitely let you guys know what would be my rating of it. But the amount, like the number of pages I've read, which is 150, I would say this book is 4ish on 10. I won't give it higher than that because usually I don't give 10 out of 10s on books because I always think a book can be better. And that's that for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and of course I don't mean any offense to the author. I obviously love how she wrote, but it could have been, of course, executed better. No hate to the author, no hate to the book, no hate to its fans, no hate to its haters, no hate to people who think it's okay, no hate to anyone. This is completely my unfiltered opinion, and thank you guys for watching. Stay safe, take care, love you guys, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.